Hi, it's Helen Abbott here again from BeyondPregnancyLoss.com, author of the book Beyond Pregnancy Loss, From Heartbreak to Healing. Thanks for joining me again as we venture even further along our path to discover the importance of expressing our emotions. Yesterday we discussed the 6 main emotions: love, peace, joy, anger, sadness and fear. The most common emotions experienced after pregnancy loss are anger and sadness. Given the lack of understanding surrounding pregnancy loss, both in general and on a personal level, we often become resistant to expressing any of our feelings, which is an unnatural response that intensifies our pain and suffering. It is critical that we learn to stop running away from how we feel. Instead, we must turn toward our emotions and explore them. This approach provides us with the opportunity to examine what we are feeling and express it when we feel safe. The simple acknowledgement and expression of emotion causes the feeling to lose its intensity and start to fade. Of course, that is not to say we no longer feel sad, but we are no longer hijacked by that emotion. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." Emotional healing is about becoming whole. When we shut down our feelings in order to survive traumatic experiences, we lose touch with our emotions and our sense of who we are. For any long-term effective emotional healing to take place, it is essential to work through a process that enables us to explore our feelings and express them fully. The process may take some time and can be repeated as often as necessary for the emotions to be completely understood and experienced. The 2 main components of this process are emotional exploration and emotional expression. And in my book, I go into both of these in a lot more detail, but I will cover the basic tips for expressing anger and sadness here today. Anger is a very commonly withheld emotion, especially in women. There are many things that we can be angry about when it comes to the loss of our babies: why it happened, how we were treated, and of course the grief, which can also lead to anger. The important thing about expressing anger is that we do it cleanly. This means that we do it without hurting ourselves or other people. Tackling our anger cannot be done while yelling at somebody who has cut us off in traffic. It must be done in a controlled fashion when we're safe and when we're ready. Many people choose to express anger by simply piling up some pillows on the sofa and hitting them until they are at the point of exhaustion. Others like to smash plates. Whatever you feel will work for you is the best option for you. And be aware that it may take some practice before you feel it taking effect. Expressing sadness is often easier when we have experienced this type of loss. It doesn't take much for us to start crying. It is important to create situations where we can do this openly and unashamedly, and a great way to do this is to set yourself on the sofa and watch some sad movies, or some chick flicks as some call it. They are a great trigger, and it's important to allow the tears to flow without restraint until you literally have no more to shed. You will know when you're done because you'll feel a sense of relief at the expression. And you will notice that you take deep breaths and you sigh. This is a sign that for this moment your work is done. Your self-awareness exercise for today is to follow on with what I asked you to do yesterday and find a way to express the emotion that you feel you are withholding the most. Set yourself a plan of action and note the changes in how you are more able to handle that emotion. Following on from the exercise, it's also important to not allow the emotion to continue to build. So while you are focusing on emptying the excess, it is also important to ensure that we don't add to it by expressing ourselves openly when we need to. Repeating this healing affirmation can assist you to remember this each day. Tomorrow in hint number 4, I will be sharing my thoughts on the importance of understanding your grief. So I look forward to touching base with you then as I guide you through this difficult time. Stay safe until next time.